State Representative Bruce Morris visited NEON's offices on September 5th to discuss the launch of the agency's 2013-2014 heating season and outreach to families in need of energy assistance to heat their homes. What follows is a discussion with Representative Morris about the energy assistance application process, eligibility, and the need to file applications with NEON at the earliest possible date. We're speaking with Connecticut State Representative Bruce Morris, and we're talking about the energy program here at NEON and the region. And even though the weather is kind of warm right now, still, just a couple of days after Labor Day, there's a lot to think about in terms of the importance of energy assistance to people who need it. And Representative Morris, maybe you can talk to us a bit about the importance of people starting to think about this early, because you don't want to wait until those really pricey bills come in to start tackling this as an issue for the household if energy costs are a problem.
But I would say this year, more so than any other year, people need to think about getting their applications in early, simply because of this sequester that we had there, federally, and we're not certain how much money the federal government is going to actually give to the state to cover LIHEAP. In all of our energy assistance programs. Funding. At this point, we're looking to approve the same level of funding that was given last year, although the federal government has not approved a level yet. So we're going on the hook to do that because we're anticipating or hoping that once that approval is given from the federal government, that it won't be less than what was given in the prior year. However, people need to be aware with the way Congress is working and the way funding is happening and budgeting, there is a possibility that it could be cut. If that is the case, although the legislature may have during the month of September approved the same levels as last year, if later during the year, during this funding cycle, while people are putting applications in, we find out that it is less, the great likelihood is, because it's pass-through dollars, that the legislature would automatically tell DSS, you need to stop that funding now.
What's the message in terms of the importance of this program? Because there are people who need the program and people who don't need it, but what's the message in terms of getting a letter, an email, a phone call to representatives to let them know this is important?
As I understand, NEON served over 4,400 people last year, all right, and had about 5,200 applications. But those 4,400 people were served. The economy, in some ways, is getting better, but we still have a lot of people who are out of work and may be in need of this assistance. So because those numbers may creep up, that's another reason why people need to get there earlier. But the population needs to be served, those who are low income, those who have been working hard all their lives. They were the taxpayers that have helped to fund these programs for so long and now are in need until we're able to have a restored and vibrant economy once again. I encourage them. I encourage each person, write to your legislators, and not just those within the state, because within the state, we always have that in mind to do so, all right? But it's the federal dollars passing through. So certainly you want to let your congressmen, United States senators, and I'm not saying don't write to state legislators, but it is primarily, these are federal dollars that are passing through, and you need your voice to be heard. You may have a problem. Come to NEON. Come now. I mean, NEON is your one-stop shop, and that's why we as a legislature support NEON, all right? Rather than having to go to 10 different places all over this state, it's the one place where you get an intake, and whatever type of services you or your family or children may need, it gets coordinated here. And that's wise. That's a good use of state dollars, and that's why we support that. When in doubt, come to NEON. I would say that. If you're watching this video, this presentation, please lobby for these programs, lobby nationally, lobby statewide. Your voice needs to be heard. People need to know the stories. They need to know those personal interest stories when you're hurting and you can't get things done. Particularly those of you who have paid taxes for so many years. You worked hard for your families, and now you need help. It's through no fault of your own. It's not that you're lazy, you don't want to work. You want the best for your family. Let your voice be heard. We want to hear it, and it does make a difference. And I want to give a real thank you to all the staff that is here. You hear these stories day in, day out. and yet you stay focused on the work. And I know sometimes you probably need some social service help of your own, just to take care of the burdens that you're hearing. And I know sometimes as a community, people don't even understand that.
That's true.
They don't see the things that you go home, and how sometimes it isn't even just a matter that you handle that application, but that person's crying on your shoulder and you're trying to give them relief. As state government, with Governor Malloy and all, during these hard budget times, we try to assure to the best degree possible that the social service net has been kept whole. And again, that's why we want to make certain this year the same funding at least is available. So thank you all for the great work that you do.
Once they come and apply for the energy program, we tell them, do not stop paying your CLNP bill, your Yankee gas. But they feel because they applied for the energy program, that's all they have to do. They don't have to worry about anything. And I keep telling them, if you owe $3,000, you're going to get $375. It is not going to help you with your bill. It's really sad. We had it worse this year than we have ever had it, because people actually don't have the money.
Yeah.
They're not working. They owe $3,000 and $4,000, and it's impossible. It hurts me to my heart to see some people that we can't help, but we try to direct them in the right places. But sometimes that doesn't work. Or they've worked all their lives, and we try to encourage them, tell them, don't feel that way, because there's a lot of us in the same situation they're in. Even though we are working, some of us still have the same problems. We're trying to get every applicant that lives in each town. If you live in Westport, you must go to Westport and apply. If you live in Darien, you must go to Darien and apply. You cannot come to Norwalk, because we have a lot of staff here. I mean, a lot of clients, but we don't have the staff.
Yeah. But I'm glad you went back to the point that, helping people to realize, I mean, there are towns that you represent, that you service, such as Westport. People think, gee, people are wealthy, people in Westport don't need assistance,
Absolutely
but they
not.
do.
No, there's a lot of people in Westport, Greenwich, and all lost their jobs last year, and they had to come to us. Some guy came in crying because it's the first time he ever applied for assistance, and had Vanessa and I crying because we really felt sorry for him.
But when it comes to seniors and the disabled, I've had quite a few clients who are alone, and the fact that they don't know how to read the oil tank, so they never know when they're out of oil.
Yeah.
Being a senior, being disabled, tend to get frail. They tend to get colder than you and I. And even though the delivery starts the 15th, and pushing somehow for maybe those seniors to get oil earlier than the 15th.
Blumenthal and Murphy, certainly we're fortunate here in the city of Norwalk. Our chairman of the Energy Committee is Senator Bob Duff. I'm on the Energy Committee, Representative Chris Perone. We've got people in good places that maybe we can help see that we can get something done here.
Appreciate that.
'Cause that's a real need, and that's legitimate. It's just a matter of let's find out how we can make it happen if we're able to.
For more information on our energy assistance program or our Heat a Home campaign, please log on to our website at www.neoncaa.org.